What's up, everybody? This is the Sport Aces podcast. To the left of me, we have Anthony, and we have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Let him introduce himself, man.
I'm Tom Bucciferro, good friend of my boys over here. Invited me on the podcast today. I'm excited.
Oh man,
Excited to have him.
yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. It's been a crazy weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy weekend, man. I know some of our predictions came true.
Yeah,
Some of them was just like
a little off.
a little off, but it's understandable.
That's the fun of predictions, though.
Yeah, like it's just interesting to see how the weekend played off because like when you look at the whole game, like just thinking about it, like we looked at the whole matchups, like the Saturday, like the first game was like what was the first game?
Niners Seahawks.
Niners
Seahawks,
Seahawks,
yeah.
like
We got that pretty right.
yeah. I think we got it pretty right because like the Seahawks was going off.
Yeah, they
In
were
the
good.
first half with them, like they was containing them, but then with the second half, just Brock Purdy just went off.
You know, he kept them down in the second half. They didn't get anything from Geno, from Kenneth Walker, and Brock Purdy didn't slow down all game. I don't know your thoughts on that.
I mean, I know you guys probably watched the game, but I was, the first half, like Seattle kept themselves in it, and I was like, oh, this could actually be like a good game, good second half. But then 49ers start ramping up in the second half like they always do. They get that big turnover.
Indeed.
Purdy, I don't know, man. I saw some reports today that even if Garoppolo's healthy, he's going to be the starter, which I agree with. He's been fantastic. There's no reason to take him out.
No.
3 touchdowns in his first playoff game? Like, come on.
No, I thought you were talking about Jimmy G starting.
No. Yeah,
Well, look at
they
like,
they said Jimmy G may be healthy, but they're gonna keep Purdy in.
Nah. So this is what I think is gonna happen. I think it depends how you play against the Cowboys because he haven't had a rookie type game yet.
No.
Now,
That is true.
Now, if that's starting to happen in this game, it's gonna be like.
I mean, but you look, but like, a lot of people made good points about like the 49ers offense. Like, I feel like any quarterback can like really be. Their scheme they have a great scheme. They got a great offensive line, great running back core with Mitchell and McCaffrey, receivers and tight end. Like their whole offense is just like, it's perfect. Like I wouldn't change a single thing on that offense.
Yeah,
And the defense. Like let's be real.
it's very good at all levels. I don't think you can take Purdy out though, because he's hot. And if you have a guy who's hot, you don't just pull away from that. He's been developing a relationship with these guys too.
I mean, I want to bring it back to 2016 with Dak. Remember when he was hot? 13-3, like, you keep him in.
Romo didn't come in.
Romo didn't come back. Yeah, Romo was healthy, but Dak was riding the wave, stayed hot.
You want to know who did that mistake before in the playoffs?
Who?
In the 2000s with the Buffalo Bills when Doug Flutie
Yeah. Oh, my God,
was the fan favorite. And you know who benched him? Fucking Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips, man.
I can't believe he was really a coach for the Cowboys. Like, and then like when we look at the games, like now I'm thinking about it now, off topic. Like, why did we even hire him? Because like we had that good season, and then we had a collapse where we started the season hot. Then we had injuries. Then T.O. and Romo not together no more. So now it's like
He was an okay defensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
He was not a guy to bring a whole group together.
No.
it was just crazy. It was crazy. Like it's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, man. But then like that second game was nuts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that game was awesome.
A lot of broken chargers happened
Oh, yeah.
that game. I know Apple probably was selling free chargers after that game.
I mean, I won't lie. I had the Jaguars winning that game, and going into halftime, I was like, well, there goes my parlay. Throw it out the window.
I mean, well, because like the Jaguars, I think because like they're a team like a very fun team where like I think they starting to get the rhythm of things. Pearson and Lawrence, I think they play a good role together with just really having a good chemistry. And then the receivers like Christian Kirk, Zay Jones. I'm assuming, like they stepping up big time in these playoffs run, especially with Trevor Lawrence's first playoff appearance. He want to make a mark to let people know, like the Jaguars is here, and they're ready
absolutely.
Because next year they're gonna have Calvin Ridley.
Oh yeah,
and that's gonna be another X factor for their team.
And yeah,
Evan Ingram had a good game too. He had like 90 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, it's surprising because he fucked me up in fantasy.
Ingram. I mean, he's been the surprise of the year.
He's
for me.
like the number 4 tight end in yards. He came out of nowhere.
I mean, you could see the talent in New York, but like they weren't utilizing him correctly.
No.
And also Trevor Lawrence are like they have good chemistry. You could see it. Like he goes to Ingram when it's a third down.
Yeah.
Ingram's always over the middle. Like you saw in the second half, Ingram was just running those routes right over the middle, finding him. Boom. He can get into space. He's quicker than a lot of guys that are. You have to put a cornerback on him. You cannot put a linebacker because he's too fast.
No, that's true.
The problem with Ingram though is he can't really block well, which is
I was just
bad blocker, man.
You see, he's like light though. He's almost like a wide receiver size.
Yeah, but he's like a wide receiver that's like bulky. Yeah. But so you can't really put him at receiver, so you kind of have to put him at tight end. He fits really well in their offensive scheme though.
He does. You got to credit Trevor Lawrence too after 4 straight picks for not quitting on the team and continuing to go in there and give it his all.
Yeah, man.
Because he could have quit 27-0. Most teams they mailed it in.
Yeah, yeah, it was just crazy because it was just like, and funny thing was I was at the Blind Rhino with my bro, and we were just watching the game. It was like, damn, Jaguars look like some shit. Like,
not for real.
I'm like, damn, the Chargers might win this game. So I got home. It was halftime, so I got home. I'm thinking like, Jaguars about to just pack it up, and then like for some reason something told me to stay up. Keep watching.
Well, I wanna point out a big play in that game where the Jaguars were already like furiously coming back, and they'd scored that touchdown to make it a 1-point game. And actually no, they scored a touchdown to make it a 4-point game. It was 30-26, and then the Chargers, Joey Bosa got that big penalty, and then they went for 2, which allowed them to be able to kick the game-winning field goal. Bosa with a boneheaded play.
He had a lot to say in the.
He sold the game.
He was talking a lot of smack about the refs in the post game. It was very interesting.
But you can't lose your cool like that in a playoff.
No.
Nah, because like those moments is like do or die games where like those games really matter. Like in the regular season, like it's okay.
Yeah.
But like when you're in the playoffs and like now you cost your team like a playoff victory. But it's just crazy. Do you still think Brandon Stanley need to be fired? Because I feel like he still need to get fired.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because like that is ridiculous. Like that defense, it looked like the defense just left. And Derwin James, he even said it on the I think I seen a quote. He said, "I played football for so long, never experienced this in my life."
No,
playing football.
He's got to go. His decisions last year too on like 4th downs, he would go for it like in their own territory.
See.
And this
Bad
defense,
coaching.
multiple collapses. They need an offensive-minded coach, in my opinion. Someone with experience. So he was very inexperienced.
Yeah, bad coaching, man. Bad.
But let's be like the Chargers. Like if you look, I mean, you look at his records. I mean, they've been decent. They've been positive. So should he be fired? Yes. Will he? Probably not.
A lot of it though falls on Herbert too, kind of almost carrying him, and like that team is more than talented enough.
Herbert is. I mean, a lot of people like to say he's a social media quarterback, but if you actually watch the games, he's a good quarterback.
He
makes the right reads.
I don't think
he's elite.
No, I don't think he's a social media quarterback. I think matter of fact, you gonna say that every quarterback throwing against
Look at
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah, like they all like a one thing I learned because I used to when I coached youth football and how we judge quarterbacks like. In air, throwing in the air, you look like an elite quarterback. 707, you might look a little bit good if you're going against, coverages, but then, like, the thing that makes a difference is your offensive line. Makes a huge difference because you don't got defenders coming at you.
True.
It's like you just throwing in the pocket for like 8 seconds. Now, at your line, it plays a different ball game. I think, like you said, like, he makes his reads.
Oh, yeah.
Which every quarterback need to do to win games.
And he even has a beat-up offensive line. He's out there taking hits, making throws through the hits.
It's ridiculous, man.
Missing his receiver, Mike Williams, too. He's
I was just about to mention that he haven't had a healthy offense in the whole season.
Yeah, because Keenan Allen was out for like almost.
Allen was out. Williams was out. He was playing with Palmer and Carter. He made Palmer look good.
Yeah.
And Gerald Everett, he was decent.
He was missing his left tackle, too, for like the majority of the season.
Their left tackle's very good.
Rashawn
Yeah,
Slater.
don't
Yeah,
worry,
Slater,
don't worry.
yeah.
I can see some changes happening. If no changes happen this year, I just know going to next season,
He's on the hot seat.
he's on the hot seat.
Thing is with Herbert, like your team's gonna be good. Like,
Yeah. It's just like I think in free agency, man, they just need to find some good targets.
they need some young receivers.
I think in the draft, but see, they're gonna keep those receivers they already have. I think
No, I
if
agree.
you're gonna go young, they probably gonna get like second round, third round. That's when they're
Yes.
gonna really get the receivers they want.
True.
I think they need a burner to like go over the top so Herbert can throw the ball deep, which is one of his specialties. There's a guy on Tennessee, Jalen. Yeah, I think he would be
I
fantastic.
know Zach
for
number
them.
11.
Yes,
Jalen Hayek.
I think he would be
Yeah,
outstanding for
Love
Herbert to
him.
give them the deep threat because Keenan Allen, more of a middle of the pack guy. Mike Williams is kind of a big guy you throw up to. I would love to see them get an over the top guy.
definitely. Then we go into Sunday. Sunday, 3 games, man. It was a lot to unpack.
Yeah,
like,
definitely, man.
Yes, a lot of people thought it would be blowouts. They were better than we thought. We
yeah,
said they
like
were
a
all gonna be
lot
bad.
of those games was like close games. Like I honestly thought the Dolphins were about to
Yeah.
upset the whole NFL playoffs. 'Cause if the Dolphins would have won that game,
That'd be
it was
crazy.
clear as day that the Chiefs and the Bengals would have been the main
Oh yeah.
games I've been watching.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, I mean, Skylar Thompson performed pretty well
Yeah.
against a good defense. I mean, the Bills, I don't want to say they came out flat, but like they kind of did.
Yeah.
They picked it up. Obviously, Allen had a fantastic
Yeah.
game. Gabe Davis doing his playoff thing, scoring a touchdown. Diggs had a big first half. Second half, you didn't really see anything from him though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going. I think they just probably just trying to, get the rhythm back. I think they realize now that, you can lose in the playoffs because like you barely scrape by.
They
a
mailed
third
it
string.
in.
Yeah,
they came into that game where they were like, Skylar Thompson, backup. We can just walk through this, and the
a
Dolphins.
third string quarterback at that.
Yeah, no, the Dolphins came out and they said we're hungry, and the Bills came out very flat, like you said, and they didn't pick up. And then finally, after a few turnovers, they finally started to pick it up. They scraped by.
Yeah, and like I think the Dolphins, they just had an unfortunate type season, man.
They really
like,
did, man.
Cause like Tua was out, you had Bridgewater, then Bridgewater was out. Now they ain't want to play Bridgewater no more because they didn't want to get that concussion protocols. Then Tua came back. Tua had amazing games when he came back.
Well, Tua led the league in passer rating this year.
Yeah, it's
He's
crazy.
fantastic. I mean, look at his receiver core: Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, both over 1,000 yards this year. Hill was I think 2 in the league. I think he has like 1,600 yards. Waddle was like over 1,200. I mean, they need to use Mike Gesicki is an X factor for them. I think if they use him more in the offense, they're going to be good.
Yeah, so we can
Jeff
see the
Wilson's a
gritty.
good running back too.
Yeah.
So we can see the gritty.
The Gesicki gritty, man.
The
It's
Gesicki
iconic.
gritty.
It's iconic, dude.
It's
He did it in the playoffs.
No, but what's crazy is he knows his.
He don't
bad.
care.
he does.
He knows it's bad.
He embraces it.
knows that he's going to get like
plays into
social
it,
media.
too.
Yeah, like
Justin Jefferson tweeted at him after he did it.
we did. We say
Yeah, he's like, I don't know exactly what he said, but he tweeted at him. Or someone, it was either Jamal or Jefferson. One of those two tweeted at him.
it's just funny because they know like, oh, this guy.
No, but he embraces it.
He plays into the
Plays into the
whatnot.
memes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jefferson, I knew the Vikings was frauds. Okay, I knew they was frauds
Yeah.
since they played us.
Yeah.
When we blew them out, I was like, come on, bro. That's
It's
your
their
team.
defense. Their defense
That's
is
your
awful.
team, bro. They is fucking trash. The Vikings is trash.
Their defense is awful. They fired their DC yesterday. Pat Peterson looks so old. Harrison Smith looks old. Their whole defense looked awful.
It's like they went and it seems like it was like the all pro team from like 2013, 2013, 2014 team.
Yeah.
But they still trying to hold on. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you
For
gotta
sure.
let it go.
Credit
like-
to the Giants, though.
No,
No,
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
don't take it
honest.
away.
No,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
I
take
was
it
gonna
away
say.
because like let me tell you, I ain't never ever seen Daniel Jones get this crazy.
No, definitely.
That was the
not.
best game of his career.
For sure.
Like
It's not close.
like it doesn't matter what the Giants playoff fate would be, but like Daniel Jones really went crazy.
Yeah.
with the receivers he had.
He's making the right reads, man.
First of all, Saquon. First of all, this is what I would say. I think the biggest impact, a healthy Saquon
For sure.
throughout the whole season.
Well, yeah, because it allows you to open up your offense.
Yeah, like it really helps a lot.
Because he's a huge threat. You saw on one of those drives, they were just handing the ball. He rushed for like 50 yards.
Yeah, like that plays a huge role. And it's crazy because like the Vikings, and it's funny because I think I had a conversation with I think Rich about like if you get Jefferson out of the game plan, like
They're screwed.
you're kind of going to win this game because he went to Hawkinson the whole game.
Hawkinson played really well.
He did, and it was just like
A lot of people forgot about him
Yeah,
because of the Lions.
like you forgot Thielen, but Thielen wasn't really
He didn't do very much.
do much.
Osborne had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just Kirk.
Kirk played okay. He didn't do.
No, they played a good
outstanding.
game.
I
Both
would,
teams did.
I would say one of my friends said it perfectly about Kirk Cousins. He's a great regular season quarterback. Regular season, playoff time, he's just not good.
The thing is, he didn't even like he said. Anthony said he didn't even play
He
bad.
didn't play bad, but he didn't
it's just-
elevate them.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like he don't get over the hump.
no, he's
As I would say, it's not like the playoff performance be bad. It's just they're getting them mentally over the hump.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, the Vikings came into the playoffs with a negative point differential. They got outscored in the regular season.
and that's always like in the NFL. When you have one thing I learned about the NFL growing up, like you gotta have a good defense
yeah,
because
Yeah,
you can have a mediocre offense
for sure.
and your defense can be great and lead you to the championship games and the Super Bowl. You know, we seen with the 2000 Ravens.
Yes.
Like, look at Ray Lewis. Matter of fact, they actually going to do like a 30 for 30 on them.
They should.
That'd be a nice one.
Now, I seen they going to do a 30 for 30 about them. And like,
They were one of the best defenses ever.
and, and y'all watched the documentary, like America's Team, when they was talking about
I have
them?
not yet, but
Like, I watched it, and like, let me tell you, like,
no, there was dogs.
they earned my respect because
They were dogs.
like, first of all, I'm not gonna throw Trent Dilfer name in the dirt because
He did
like
his job. He did his job.
he do
He was serviceable.
he do what you gotta do at quarterback, just manage the game.
He's kind of like Kirk Cousins in a sense.
That's all-
That's the
good
thing.
game manager.
If the Vikings had a better defense, they would probably be in the Super Bowl. Just because.
That's all you need. If you
Yeah.
can play a good defense and all you do need
That's
to
the
be at
that's the
quarterback,
Niners right now.
that's all.
Brock Purdy's
Yeah.
not turning the ball over. The Niners they get defensive
That's
plays.
all. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we go to the night game. I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised by the Bengals and Ravens game, how close it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Because like you didn't have Lamar. I know the Raven fans was probably like disappointed not having Lamar, and now the fear of him leaving.
I think he stays, but
I don't know,
we'll
man.
see.
Baltimore is going to offer him a lot of money.
I see. I'm gonna be
But
honest.
a lot of teams are going to offer him a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
be
money.
honest. I seen a lot of memes of him
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Commanders. Him and the
I've
Commanders.
seen
uniform.
Patriots, Jets, Commanders,
I'm a-
Pittsburgh. I've seen everywhere.
I'm gonna
man.
be honest, and honestly, I could see Carolina trying to make a run at him. The reason why I see the Commanders making a run at him only because, like, he just right there.
Well, think about that offense with him in it. You got Brian Robinson at running back. He's gonna be good. He's a good player. Terry McLaurin's a fantastic receiver.
Ja Dotson,
Dotson is all. He's
Dotson,
so
good.
underrated.
great receiver.
He is
I ain't
so
gonna lie,
underrated.
and like
Curtis Samuel too.
Yep.
Good
Yeah.
receiver. They got a good core there.
that they underrated. They have an underrated receiving core that people don't be knowing
Dotson.
about.
I
They just
watched
didn't have a quarterback.
watching Dotson. He made some tough. He's a shorter guy, but he can make some plays down the field, man.
Definitely.
There was a play where Heineke threw. I was watching. I think it was a Monday Night Football game between the Giants and Commanders, and he just throws up to Dotson for like a 50-yard play, and he just makes a play. I'm like,
Oh no, I seen.
Damn,
that.
this guy's
I
good.
seen that, and I was like,
You can see why he's a first round pick. He's very
Yeah.
talented.
yeah, but a lot of people were writing him off, like, oh, he's not good. Like, watch the games, man.
Yeah, he's very good.
it's
He's
just
some
fun.
injuries.
It's just funny hearing like scouting reports about players, cause like especially when they come into the draft. 'Cause they
Well, look
be
at
hyping.
look at Patrick Mahomes scouting report
Oh my god,
Sure.
so crazy.
You told some people don't watch
or
that
Brady
much film.
scouting report.
No, it just I always say, man, like it's a big transition. So like just cause they look great in college, they're not going to transition to the NFL until you really see them in action.
Well,
that
I mean,
first 2 years. That's how I do it.
A lot of like late round quarterbacks turn out to be like better than the first round guys because they don't have the expectation. Coming into
I think because a lot of scouts get like a lot of expectations for like the big schools and saying, oh, well, you was a quarterback at Michigan, so I'm expecting him to be, the best thing smoking.
They have that with Alabama, Ohio State too. They always write them off before they come in.
I mean, look at
like
Jalen Hurts, man. He was good.
Yeah,
and he was a second round pick.
I think the reason why people was down Jalen Hurts because they kind of look at, Tua came in as a freshman, took over your job, and you stayed at Alabama when you could have went elsewhere. So you stayed a year. Then you went to Oklahoma where he's shown he's a
he was legit talent.
Yeah, he showed he's talented.
People thought he was a runner in Oklahoma. He threw the ball a lot.
Yeah,
Lincoln Riley had him.
Lincoln Riley got to give credit for him.
He's got multiple pro quarterbacks. Yeah. He should get a head coaching job in the NFL soon.
Definitely, man, definitely. But not to get back on topic though. But yeah, yes. Lamar, man, like I think it sucks not having him in there. But then. That big guy touchdown, I love a big guy touchdown. I love because they always do like a funny celebration. You'd be like, look at that. Look at this celebration, man.
No, Huntley played pretty well, especially for someone who wasn't supposed to play. He was injured coming into the game.
Yeah.
He played respectably.
Yeah, man. Like, I was surprised, man. And, like you said last week, man, I think the Bengals is one of the top three teams in the AFC. That
easily
in the mix that can either go to the Super Bowl forever.
They're getting written off, man. They're not even in there. And I look at the way. I mean, granted, they didn't perform fantastic against the Ravens, but it's Joe Burrow in the playoff. In the playoffs is he's never lost to Mahomes.
It's so crazy to think like this is like his third year.
Yeah,
he's a guy that came out of the first round that actually lived up to the hype.
Yeah, because I think when you look at the first year and then he was injured, it was kind of like.
Well, yeah, that's not his fault.
It was just because like injuries gonna happen, and it was just like that second year it was like.
Well, honestly, him getting hurt was like the best case scenario because they're a top 5 pick in the draft. They get his boy from college.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the chem. And then you got T. Higgins, who's developed into a great talent. Tyler Boyd's a great third guy.
Joe Mixon too.
Question: do y'all think that's becoming a popular thing?
It should.
When it comes to like when you have like a college quarterback and then they like all of a sudden they draft a receiver that went to the same school or play. Yeah, like y'all knows that. Like
they're doing it a lot. It's smart though.
It's very, very intriguing. Like they really starting to do that now.
No, there's multiple. The Dolphins, Waddle and Tua. The Eagles with Smith and Hurts, and then even the Cardinals with Hollywood and Kyler. They played together and they immediately have a rapport with each other.
Yeah, like they really starting to do that now.
And you obviously got Burrow and Chase, so
the best one I'd say. For
sure.
Man,
but that game was pretty good, man. Then we go to Monday night. I ain't gonna lie, that was like the most stress I've ever felt. Well, first thing first, to my kicker. Get your shit together, bruh.
They signed a backup just in case.
Nah, fuck that. You need to get that shit together.
Yeah,
we don't need you to be scared and shit cause you're afraid of a fucking Buccaneer.
Thing is, Maher was great in the regular season.
Right? He was fantastic.
He was
fantastic. He was my fantasy kicker.
The whole season.
He was fantastic.
You was doing a good job. Yeah. I don't know what happened from the time the regular season was over to now in that game to
it has to be nerves.
It was
nerves.
These are
extra points. These aren't like big field goals.
I was literally sitting there watching, and I'm like, no way he just missed another one.
Let me tell you what was so funny, right? So I'm texting Pat the whole time as the game going. Pat was like, it might be the holder. So the third attempt, I'm looking at the holder like, let me see how you're holding it. It wasn't the holder. That was definitely him.
It was him.
He went to the same spot.
Maher he was just selling. Dude.
He was in his own head.
Well, that's the thing. Now you go into this game this weekend. Do you trust him from 45, 50 yards out? I'd say no.
I'm not trusting him because, like, after last week, it's kind of like.
But like, think about this.
Last week was a sketchy because, luckily enough, our defense played great.
Yes.
Think about this though. You're coming out tie game, like hypothetical. You're coming out tie game against 49ers, 3 seconds left. It's around 45 yards. You have to trust him.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like I gotta have faith with him. I think it's just like when everybody coming in, it's like your playoff nerves. It's
Yeah.
like when it's your first playoff game, the lights is different than the
Yes.
regular season.
No, absolutely.
So I think and you're playing away. You're not playing at home. You're playing away. So and you're gonna play away again this week. So it's kind of like making a lot of nerves build up now.
Sure.
Where like you going to Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
And with a lot of crowd thinking like they got this going to the Super Bowl to the bag.
For sure. You got to trust them, though. Like, it depends on the scenario. I'd say maybe 4th and short, you might go for it now, where you normally in the regular season you would kick.
Well,
Yeah,
you see them ramping. You see a lot of
Yeah.
teams ramping up the 4th down attempts in the
Nah,
playoffs.
it
That's
was-
expected, though.
It was ridiculous, man. But I might have to say, first thing first, Dak plays such an amazing game.
He played
Yes.
perfect.
This is what I've been wanting to see all year.
Yep.
All you gotta do, bro, just make your reads and don't make bad decisions. Make smart decisions. That's how it works.
Well, their game plan, you could tell the Cowboys' game plan was to come out and punch him in the mouth early, throw the ball a lot down the field.
Yeah.
And they didn't really utilize their running back slot, but it worked perfectly.
Because I think because when you utilize our running backs, because we kind of knew like going in, you're gonna go against a tough dealer.
Oh, no, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Villa was just back there
huge.
every play he was back there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like White definitely was back there.
Yes.
So it was tough to run the ball, but there was some plays where we could have got the run off, and it was like, okay, see, they getting tired. So when they was getting tired, it was like, okay, we keep going at them.
I mean, Dak fit what we said he was going to do last week. Don't turn the ball over. Don't make any mistakes. Utilize Dalton Schultz in the middle of the field and get your easy reads off. You did everything you could have asked for.
But I definitely want to send praise to Russell Gage Jr.
Absolutely.
Yes,
It's
for
like,
sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That was
Because
scary, man.
it's just like the second hit you see, and it's just like get you scary. But like, I want people to understand that football is a very aggressive sport.
Oh, yeah.
I played it in high school, and I had some injuries, and like when you play this game, man, you're only one hit away from like a life or death situation sometimes. Cause,
Absolutely, man.
Yes.
Scary.
you got some players who make the wrong hit and then they paralyze. It gets scary.
Yeah.
But I just want to send my prayers and hope he's better, man. Because
Yeah,
it's
for
a
real.
scary thing seeing on TV. I know the broadcasters was just like in panic, didn't know what to do, so they were like, all right, we're gonna cut the commercial. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoever directing this need to go to the commercial ASAP.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The Buck side, Brady, he threw the ball way too much.
I
I
think
will say this: Brady looked like absolute shit.
I would say
I'm just gonna say it. He did. He looked horrible.
He definitely could retire. I fully believe
He
it's
won't.
possible. He won't, but he could.
I'm 100% believe that if he retires, I feel 100% better sleeping at night knowing that
Oh yeah.
we was the team that
Last
ended.
game.
This last game was against the Cowboys. Is it me? But I'm gonna be honest. I feel like for every future NFL player that want to be a star, you gotta dominate against the Cowboys. And y'all think about that. Like if Brock Purdy really want to make his presence known, you gotta do it against the Cowboys. But like looking at the Bucks, it was like I think their defense tried their best to try to keep themselves in the game, and then it was just Brady. It's just like you could tell Brady just don't got it no more.
I think he looked old. He definitely looked old.
Yeah.
But they also had him in situations where he's not gonna succeed. They had him rolling out right multiple times.
Yeah.
Like he's 46 years old. He cannot roll out and throw on the run. But I think in the right situation, he can still compete. I don't know where that is though.
I think wherever he,
San Francisco.
I mean, I think wherever he goes, he's gonna end up playing like a mentor role. Because I don't think
I cannot see Tom Brady not starting.
No, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Because I think it's gonna come. He's gonna get to that point in his career where point in his mindset in the game where he's gonna realize I'm better at go ahead and mentoring the next person, the next young great QB than
True.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
start. And then if I get serious injury, that's gonna keep me out, I'm gonna just go ahead and let me start.
Kind of like a
mentoring.
Peyton Manning type of thing.
Yeah, like go ahead, groom the next guy up because because like you seeing like Brady is like he's losing the touch and a lot of throws. What like and near the end of the game, yeah, he was making throws and he made a phenomenal throw to Julio for the touchdown, but it was like
I mean, that's a garbage time TD.
yeah, it was kind of like
too little, too late.
Yeah, it's kind of like, bro, you should have done that earlier.
Yeah. I don't know if I see Brady mentoring. I think he's got too much of that. Maybe you call it an ego or whatnot. I don't know if I can see him mentoring because even in New England when Jimmy G was there as the backup, he didn't want to mentor Jimmy G. He said, "This is my team. I don't want this guy around." I think he walks away before he mentors. But that's just
Brady,
where I see his head.
yeah.
Well, Brady, just know, man, I can't wait till I see you on TV, man. Being an analyst.
We make a lot of money.
He's gonna be
a lot of money.
He will be a fantastic analyst, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he would. He going. It's like how Romo is. Like Romo be calling the play before it happens. I'm like, all right, Romo, relax.
Drew Brees too. The quarterbacks make fantastic announcers. They explain the game so well.
Because like I think just in general, I think it's just for all sports, man. I think when you're a former player and then you get into the broadcast, like you kind of know the game to the point where you can help other broadcasters.
Yeah, I mean, even Chris Collinsworth, he played like 30 years ago and for the Bengals, and he knows what he's talking about.
A lot of people forget, like he was actually
he was a baller.
Receiver.
He was a
so
baller.
So it wasn't like he was a scrub. No, he was a pretty good.
He was
receiver.
a Pro Bowl. He was a Pro Bowl receiver. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah,
they got Greg Olsen too. They'd love to pair up.
Olsen is really good.
They love to pair him up though. They pair up a guy who can talk well and a guy who's a player.
What school he went to?
The U, Miami.
Oh man, matter of fact, before we go any further, man, even though I'm a fan of the University of Miami Hurricanes, I'm definitely about to transition and become a Colorado Buffalo fan.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm definitely joining Deion Sanders and Prime. I'm joining him mentally as a fan base because University of Miami is just like crazy because like how y'all lose the number one cornerback to Deion?
NIL. Such a big factor.
But do you really think most of it was the NIL or was it
Deion?
It was definitely
Deion's got the influence, man.
Yeah. Deion has a good game.
Colorado will be good in about 2-3 years.
I think their first year, like looking at their schedule that they post,
it's a tough schedule.
Really rough.
They gonna go 5-7, 6-6 at the most because they're not being USC, they're not being Oregon, they're not being Utah.
No.
They're not being TCU.
Maybe they get a lot of guys. Coming
It depends because
TCU looked like ass in the national.
But then again, like TCU in the Big 12 and like they kind of made it look like, damn,
bro. They made Georgia look like an NFL team out there.
It looked like a JV versus like college team.
It was. I would go as far to say high school.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on, man. 62 points, man. Like they're putting their second string.
65.
Oh yeah, 65.
The only thing I'll give to TCU is they did look good against Michigan. That's the one thing I'll hold them to.
Michigan always chokes in the playoffs, though. They always do every year.
Yeah, man. I'm about to change fan base. I'm about to be a University of Colorado fan. Go Buffs. Deion, if you listen to this, I'm a great guy. I'm a great media guy. You can hire me. You need my portfolio. I'll send it to you via DM. Deion Sanders Jr. I know you be doing the media stuff. Hit my line, bro. Hit my line. I'm here. We coming. I'm trying to do a plug, man. I'm trying to give me a job, man.
Hey, respect.
Try to give me a job there.
Respect.
Oh, man. Then we got this weekend, man.
A lot of good games.
Yeah.
Start off.
It's like the most interesting weekend because like Saturday we got the Chiefs versus Jaguars. Yo, one of the girls in the undergrad program, her name Molly, she's at that game for this week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She posted a picture of like her at the Chiefs stadium. I'm like, oh, it's so rad.
That's cool. That's a flex.
That's awesome.
That's
man.
a little flex.
I told her that's a huge flex.
Yeah.
That's a huge flex.
Yeah.
All right, we go around the table. Give your predictions, Chris.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man.
I want winner and by how much and how the quarterbacks are gonna play.
If we're gonna go like that, the winner, just something about Mahomes, man. I'm gonna go with Mahomes and the Chiefs winning by. I'm thinking they're gonna win by 14.
Okay.
I think Trevor Lawrence is still gonna play well. I think it's gonna probably be like a playoff end for them. But I think it shows that the potential greatness in Trevor Lawrence at this level, and I think it's great to see that he's really played a lot better this year because last year everybody was like kind of making it look like he was not going to be good, and then this year he surprised a lot of people. So, I'm very proud to see his growth, and I hope he continue to grow. But yeah, the Chiefs by 14.
Okay. Now, I'm with you on the Chiefs. I'd say 31-17, thereabout. I think Trevor Lawrence has grown a lot without Urban Meyer there with a good coach and Doug Peterson. But this Chiefs team, their defense is the best we've seen in the last 5 years. They're not missing Tyreek Hill. I mean,
that's another thing that I was surprised about for
Juju looks solid. They're using Jerick McKinnon scored like a touchdown in 6 or 7 straight games. Mahomes, whoever you put around him, will do well because he could at the end of his career be in the GOAT conversation, but we'll get there when we get there. I think the Chiefs win pretty comfortably. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence has a bad game. I think he does okay.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Jags. They're a good young team, but I'm gonna have to agree with you on the Chiefs. But I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a 7-point game.
Okay.
I think Mahomes will play like Mahomes always does. Probably
of course
3 touchdowns, maybe 300 yards. But I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I'm thinking like 35-28 type of score because yes, Chiefs defense has improved, but it's still the Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lawrence, again, the Chargers defense, which is supposedly one of the better units. You got Khalil Mack and Derwin James. He lit them up for 31 in the second half.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I would not count out Lawrence. I think he has a great game, but the Chiefs just have too much firepower with Mahomes at the helm. And he's the playoff god.
Yeah, he always find a way to win, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his postseason stats from last year, I mean, he had 11 touchdowns in 3 games. Like, come on, man. You can't stop him.
No.
So Chiefs, they don't cover the spread though. Spread is 9.5. They are bad against the spread this year.
Oh man, that's why I don't do parlay. See, football parlays is very interesting because like I didn't do football parlays. I'm in the basketball parlays. Sometimes I'll be missing about one, but
Same.
Yeah, but it's all right though, man. Then we got that night game rematch, NFC East, man. Giants going to Philly. Ooh. And this is a Philly team, and everybody's back.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Man. It's a weird one to predict.
I mean, I'll go first.
You can go first.
I'm taking the Giants. I'm taking the Giants boldly. I'm going with them. Hurts is not fully healthy. Yes, they have Brown and Smith. And they have but the Giants, man, they're riding the wave. Last time the Giants were in the wild card, they made it to the Super Bowl. You know how it goes. It just feels like a storybook run for me, and I'm taking the Giants. I'm taking the Giants by 3. It's going to be a close one. Danny Dimes has another good game. I'm taking the Giants, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to take the Eagles, partially because apparently at this point I'm just a Giant hater at this point, but I don't know. I don't think the Giants are going to be able to keep up with the Eagles. They have a great defense. Jalen Hurts has had a week to rest. Maybe gets a little healthier. I do think the Giants will compete in this game. I think it's 3 points the other way. I think the Eagles win probably 27-24.
Well, let me go off and say let me just get that off my chest because that's been on my mind. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm very impressed with Brian Daboll presence being his first year with the Giants.
Your coach of the year?
Yeah, he's my vote for coach of the year.
Same, absolutely.
I think the only thing that's stopping Daniel Jones from playing a great game is just because when you look at Philly defense and that defensive back unit, it's not like the Vikings defensive back unit. This time you're going against like guys that didn't give up a lot of yards this past season, and like they have a good amount of turnovers. I think if they play the way they played, I think how they needed, if the Giants going to win, they just need to play perfect all phases of the ball. But I'm going to have to go with the Eagles, and it's only going to be by 1 or 3 points.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to go overtime.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the game that's going to go overtime. The first game will go OT in the playoffs. And I think, the Giants, I think it's okay for them to lose because they know now they have their talent around. They have healthy Saquon that can probably do some damage to their defense. Yeah. But, man, Eagles by 1 or 3 points in OT.
Okay. Oh, that's fair. I think the Eagles do come out slow out of a bye.
Oh, yeah. I think that's any team come out from a bye.
Yeah. Maybe not the Chiefs, but
yeah.
they're just different.
Mahomes.
Yeah, they're just completely different. So we'll go to Sunday's games.
Yeah, so Bengals versus Bills. They didn't play last time because, the Hamlin injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And, they had to, cancel the game.
Yeah.
After, the injury. But this time,
it's a tough one to predict, man.
It really is because,
so
if I had to choose a winner, I'm definitely going to. I feel like storybook-wise,
it's the Bills.
The Bills can win it all.
Either team can win it all.
Either team
that's
can
why
win
this
it
is
all.
so hard.
But I'm going to go with the Bengals by 7 because the Bengals, I think, because when the Bills barely scrape by, like both teams barely scrape by in a sense with a backup QB against the team. But I think with Burrow going to at least throw over 225.
Yeah.
I think with the defense of the Bills, very tough defense, but I think Burrow going to find a way to win and win by 7.
Okay. I'm going to flip that. I'm going to pick the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think it's because of their defense. Both quarterbacks are elite, top 5 guys, both fantastic in their own right. Their weapons are great. The Bills' defense, to me, is much better than the Bengals. They have pass rush. They have good corners, good safeties. I just think this is the storybook for the Bills. I honestly think the Bills win the Super Bowl. I feel like this is their year, but we'll see.
It's a bold prediction, but taking the Bengals.
Okay.
And the reason why is because Josh Allen recently has been making a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And against the Dolphins, he can afford to make those mistakes. Against the Bengals, you cannot afford to throw picks because if you get the ball in the hands of Joe Burrow, that offense can put up points in a hurry. Mm-hmm. So I'm taking the Bengals. It's going to be close, 7 points. I would say 7 to 10 points, honestly.
Yeah.
But like I said, Josh Allen, man, he had 2 picks last week and a fumble. Like, you cannot do that. You cannot do that against the Bengals. And Burrow has been he's been very good. Not too many mistakes this year. Mm-hmm. And, like, with Chase now fully healthy and Higgins is, I mean, he's probably got a lot of trauma going on from that last game.
Yeah.
I mean, as a player, like, that's something that he's going to have to, I would honestly probably, like, see him going to, like, therapy over the offseason because something like that can really mess up your psyche.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially going back into that, now he's going into a playoff game against that same team 2-3 weeks later. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't really see Higgins playing well just because of that reason.
Yeah.
But Chase, Hurst, Boyd, Mixon, Burrow can all pick up the slack.
Definitely, man.
And I mean, I respect the Bills' defense 100%, but I'm picking the Bengals just because. I mean, I see Allen making a few mistakes. I really do. He tries to force it sometimes. Yeah, he's a great quarterback, great arm strength, great everything, good receivers. But I don't know, man. I just see him making a few mistakes that cost him the game ultimately.
Well, that's fair. I'm with that. Okay, you're finished with your Cowboys.
Oh man,
Cowboys Niners, baby.
I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna just go 3 points. Us Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now. People is believing the hype of Brock Purdy. I think we're gonna probably we're probably gonna end that streak. I think what's gonna happen is I think it's gonna be a real close game. I think a lot of people are gonna be surprised by the play of the Cowboys this game. I think this is gonna really show how good the Cowboys really are. I think we win this game. I think it's a clear-cut road to us going to the Super Bowl. I think mentally it's going to push everybody, elevate everybody, because you go into the conference championship game First time since 1995, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a big deal. At
And
this
you're
point.
playing a division opponent regardless of who wins
Yeah,
that game.
regardless, and I think that's gonna up the stakes a little more to really want
That
to win.
NFC Championship game, if
be
it was
crazy.
Cowboys, oh
Yeah.
man, that would be
Yeah,
crazy.
speaking of which, I was talking before y'all go any further. I was talking to Jared, and Jared definitely said, if the Giants and Cowboys play against each other, guarantee we all need to hang out.
Oh,
and watch the
absolutely.
game. I was like,
Absolutely.
guaranteed.
Absolutely.
That'll
That's
be
not even a
wild.
question. Yeah.
Guaranteed. I was like this. I don't care. We can book a room somewhere for the weekend. Somebody get catering. We gonna be good.
No, that'll be something crazy,
Yeah.
man.
I'm with you. I honestly think the Cowboys took this out. I think Dak, he showed last game he can protect the ball. That was the big piece for me. He has to
Exactly.
just not turn it over. You got the running game,
That's
the
all you
receiving.
gotta do.
But the Cowboys' defense and edge rush will get to Brock Purdy. He has not faced pressure once so far.
And you gotta go against Lawrence,
Micah, I think Micah has an outstanding game and cements himself as like the best defensive player in the game. I don't see how they stop him. No one can stop him. He's gonna come off the edge, make Brock Purdy uncomfortable. He's never been uncomfortable before.
But they still got Trent Williams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Micah's so fast, dude.
Yeah.
He's just gonna run around him. I mean, he go through you. He can finesse you. I think the Cowboys win by 7.
Such a tough game to predict. I'm predicting this one goes to overtime.
Okay.
Ugh. I don't know who to take here, man. And that's a coin flip. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Queens
Just
sweep.
because, like you mentioned, Brock Purdy has not faced a defense like the Cowboys yet. Not to say that the teams that he's played have been like bummy teams, but compared to the Cowboys defense, he hasn't really played anybody like fantastic. And like if you bring like, I want to bring the point, if the Buccaneers had won that game, I would be picking the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
Straight and clear. The Cowboys are a better matchup for them
Yeah.
than the Buccaneers. Cowboys have good, and like you said, mistake-free Dak, you're winning the game.
Yeah.
Purdy, I think Purdy has a good game though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Micah's gonna. He'll definitely like make his impact, but I think Williams will be on him. Like Williams is, you can't. I mean, he's an older dude, but his technique,
Yeah,
top of the game.
Like he's
All
still-
pro. He's an
still-
all pro for a
yeah,
reason.
like he's still a Pro Bowl
But
tackle
like, I mean,
at his
but you
age.
guys also have Zach Martin on the other side. He has more Pro Bowl selections and holding penalties in his career.
That's crazy.
Like, he's one of the best of all time. It's gonna be whoever can like win in the trenches. This is gonna be a running. This is gonna be a running game
yeah.
because you
Exactly.
cannot throw against. I mean, Trayvon Diggs. A lot of people were talking shit about him last year. He's been one of the best corners in the league this year.
Yeah. He's elite.
He has not. He's been really good, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, he's not. He's just good because he's a ball hawk, good interception." He showed this year that he can play good coverage. You can't throw at him.
And he was real quiet too.
But one problem that the Cowboys are going to have to deal with is Deebo Samuel because of his multi-talented,
See, and
multifaceted.
that was the problem last year where it was a lot of problems with their receiving core because you stopped Debo, but now they got Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing. How do you
And
stop
then
McCaffrey
you stop McCaffrey and Debo, but you still got Brandon Ayuk
and Kittle?
and
yeah.
Kittle. So you still have like a receiving core that's like
That's the one thing.
it's tougher now because it's not like how the Bucks where it's like, okay, you got Goodwin and Evans, and maybe Julio would show up, and maybe Brake might show up, but now it's like any of them guys can really have a big.
I mean,
game.
if you look at the matchups on both sides offensively, two good running backs for both sides: Mitchell and McCaffrey, and Elliott and Pollard. Pollard's the explosive guy. McCaffrey and Mitchell are both explosive. Lamb's a good number one guy. I think I'd put him. Would I put him over Debo?
I think I might.
Yeah.
He had a really good
He had a
year.
great year this year, but Debo was also injury riddled, and they
Yeah.
didn't use him how he was used last year. Like,
They cut out the runs.
yeah, that's good because
It's good for his health.
Well, I
Yes.
think he kind of like voiced that.
well, I mean, you
opinion
already
that he
have
didn't wanna-
two great running backs. You don't need
Yeah.
to use Debo. You
Well,
can use him every once in a
Well,
while.
I think before he resigned or came back, I think he voiced that he didn't.
He wants to be a
He
receiver.
said he wanted to be looked at as just a receiver and not like a.
I mean,
hybrid type guy.
his yards after catchability is the best in the league, man.
Yeah, and it's
Put him
gonna
in
be
space,
tough.
you're not
It's gonna
stopping
be tough, but it's just we gotta play a perfect game to win this game.
No, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, man.
I mean, both sides. The Cowboys are the Niners got to play a perfect game too.
Yeah.
There's gonna be you cannot whatever team makes that one mistake is gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel this game goes. I think it's gonna be the closest game out of any of the weekends.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm gonna watch the game at, but what's your Super Bowl predictions, man? Like, cause like, for me, my Super Bowl prediction, I would love to see the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, going against the Chiefs. 'Cause, it's a very iconic moment. But I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna still go with the Niners. If we lose to the Niners, I can see the Niners going. I can see a rematch happening with Mahomes, with Mr. Irrelevant, and we can see if Mr. Irrelevant is really gonna, bring it home to the 49ers.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think the winner of the Cowboys-Niners game goes to the Super Bowl. I got Bills-Cowboys with the Bills finishing their storybook season.
Okay.
Winning for Hamlin.
Getting that first ring for the Bills.
Yeah.
Bills Mafia gonna go crazy about that.
I also have the winner of that Cowboys-Niners game going to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, but I'm gonna take the Bengals on the AFC side. I think that Burrow goes into Kansas City. He's dominated Mahomes so far, 3-0, and I don't think that changes. He just seems to have his number every time they go up against each other. Not that Mahomes plays bad against him, but Burrow is just he's got the dog in him when he plays against the Chiefs. So I'm gonna go Burrow versus the Cowboys, and I'm gonna take Burrow to win his revenge Super Bowl game over Dak and the Cowboys. It's gonna be a good game, but
Okay.
Bengals
okay.
win.
All right. But for the people out there, the audience, the subscribers, just send it to your friends, family. You see everything below. Follow our Twitter page, follow our Instagram page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell a friend, and of course, guys, shout out to a sponsor for our broadcast. Shout out to Hometown Worldwide, man. Definitely gonna be a link in the description. Definitely, link in our bio as well. Go ahead, cop you some merch.
Cop some merch.
Get some nice hoodies. I got one in.
Shit is fire
right now.
See,
the shit is fire. Cop it.
Definitely, man. But see you next week. You're going to either see me with tears of joy, happy that we're in the conference championship, or you're gonna see me real disappointed, be like the Cowboys who we thought they were, as usual. But see you next week. I'm Chris Ortega.
I'm Anthony Conti.
Tom Bucciferro.
And we are the Sport Aces Podcast.